Josh Allen is unbelievable. And now what, minus 800 to be the MVP?
Yeah, it seems pretty wrapped, so long as he doesn't slip over the banana skins of the Patriots and the Jets the next 2 weeks, which he probably won't, and then he should be the MVP. And I think he'll be very deserving.
I like describing the Patriots and Jets as the banana skins.
That's what they are. That's all they are.
It's like Mario Kart.
That is fantastic. And you know what? I was just watching that. I said, boy, that would be nice if someday you just saw a bunch of interviews of like you and Jay and Lawrence just talking about me. Hey, we're out there on the desk with Barry. And sometimes, you turn into a fan and you're just like, wow, just the analysis or the jokes or something. Just that would have been nice. Just be nice at some point.
Yes. Well, Josh Allen's a lot more inspiring than you are, to be fair.
And you know what? I would get mad at that, but that's true. It's hard to argue or get mad at the truth. Proud Fantasy Life investor Josh Allen, by the way. Very happy to have him on the cap table.
He's getting better as the season goes on.
And what's ridiculous is, by the way, as brilliant as he was yesterday, probably his best play didn't count.
Yeah.
He was running, and all of a sudden there's a defender there, and he has to basically do a two-handed shovel pass to Dalton Kincaid, which scores a touchdown. Right. There was a holding penalty, gets called back. Like it was like one of the cooler touchdowns of the day. And anyway, there's words are inadequate to describe the brilliance of Josh Allen.
Yeah. Bills now Super Bowl favorites. First time in a while.
Would you bet them?
I don't think so. Just because they're still uphill to get the 1 seed for them, and just being on the road, it's going to be very sad when the Bills lose 39-38 in Arrowhead to this mediocre Chiefs team. But it feels like waiting for another showdown
on a bad call.
Yes.
By the way, that's what's going to happen on an absolutely brutal call. The one concern I have about the Bills' Super Bowl favorites is this defense, right?
It's not great.
I mean, they've now given up over 40 points in back-to-back games, right? And that's and listen, the Lions are a really good offense and the Rams are rolling, so I get that. But I'm a big believer in, I'm a believer in that cliches are true, right? And the cliche of the way you win in the playoffs in the NFL is running the ball and playing good defense. You need to be able to do both.
Because it travels, that's the thought.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And they're going to be able to run the ball. There's no question they can run the ball. I'm nervous about the defense.
I guess the counterpoint would be that none of these defenses are any good. Right. The Ravens don't have a good defense. The Chiefs don't have a good. The Lions defense, they got no players left.
They're out of players.
The Packers, who has a great, it's the Eagles
Steelers.
Really. The Steelers. No, I'm not worried about the Steelers. Russell Wilson, I don't think can go blow for blow with Josh Allen.
No, I don't think he can either. But that's the one team in the AFC and Denver actually. I think
the two really good defense, or the three really good defenses are Philly,
in the AFC.
Philly, Pittsburgh, and Denver. I think those have the three best defenses in the league. And the Pittsburgh pass rush will be scary in a playoff game for the Bills, but I don't think that Russell Wilson's going to put up 35 points to go head-to-head with Josh Allen.
I think that's very fair. The other concern about how brilliant this Bills offense is, and if you have Josh Allen, you're enjoying life, right? Good to see James Cook get back here as well. But I don't know that there's anyone that you trust. I mean, this Bills offense is rolling, but to me the big story is wait, this was this monster fantasy game, and other than Allen and Cook, you didn't really enjoy any of it. Who out there is starting Ray Davis?
No.
Right?
It's.
I mean, I guess you could, but I wouldn't feel confident. A week after getting 14 targets, Amari Cooper goose eggs.
It's baffling.
Well, this has been the frustrating thing with Amari Cooper, right? Since they acquired him.
To go from 14 targets to 0, though, is quite something.
And for people that were asking, by the way, because we had to look this up because we're like, where is Amari Cooper, right? In a game in which Josh Allen threw 34 times over 360 yards, Amari Cooper ran 15 routes. He played 44% of the snaps. And so he was out there about half the time. Now, it's shocking after such a big game the week before that Amari Cooper can't get above 50% snap rate. He's been under 55% in every game with the Bills, and he earned 0 targets in this one. I guess maybe you could argue you could start Khalil Shakir, who's continues.
He's fine.
He's been fine. He's provided wide receiver 3 value. His role seems to be pretty consistent. Whatever. Keon Coleman catches the one long pass as well. I mean, you just sort of see there, is anyone, Ty Johnson goes 5 for 114, but I can't imagine starting him next week.
No, there's weeks where he's their third running back, obviously.
Right.
So
and,
to get 5 targets and catch all 5.
Ray Davis got 7 carries in this one, but for only 15 yards. He ultimately gets 9 carries. He does catch a touchdown pass here, but it's just only 2 people got more than 5 targets in this game. Like Dalton Kincaid, okay, fine, 453, right? He's a tight end. You start Kincaid, I guess. But and Shakir.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of 2 years ago where Mahomes won MVP unanimously, and you didn't feel good about anyone outside of Kelsey, where it's like Juju Smith-Schuster and Justin Watson and all these random dudes. And now it's like Allen has recreated that. And it's a bit jarring because it really felt like Amari Cooper was going to become the guy. Like they traded for him. He had 14 targets last week. His role was elevating and now just goes nowhere. So and also the next 2 weeks, like they're 14-point favorites against the Patriots. And they're going to be like 11.5-point favorites against the Jets or whatever the week after. So like it's not going to be game script where the receivers you would think are going to provide a ton of value.
And I wonder if, again, they need to win out because they still trail the Chiefs for home field advantage, right? And the other thing is that I think that he would never say this publicly, Sean McDermott would never say this publicly, Joe Brady would never say this publicly, but I think they probably want to try to get this MVP vote for Josh Allen.
Of course.
I think they want to win the award for Josh. And so my point is that even if they're up, 3.5 touchdowns or whatever, 4 touchdowns on the Patriots next week, they still might keep Josh Allen out there well until up until the fourth quarter or something like that. They may pad the stats, I guess is my point.
It's a weird balance, right? Because they do want him to get the MVP, but then you had the weird landing yesterday where he did go in for x-rays, and he's fine. But, he said he wanted to be sure, and that's the Bills' season on the line. Like, their Super Bowl hopes are literally on him.
Yes.
So when you see that, the x-ray is clean or not, him having to go in like that, I wonder if the coaching staff says, hey, we have to put Super Bowl over MVP first, and they are a little careful with him at the back end of some of those games. Because his play style, he is who he is. He's going to play 120 miles an hour no matter what the score of the game is.
And both games, by the way, Patriots and Jets, are at home in Buffalo, where we expect it to be cold. The surface is going to be, that turf is going to be cold. So right. The hits, when you land hard on the surface in Buffalo, it's definitely very tough. But he is single-handedly leading teams to fantasy championships here. And it's so weird because Lamar is brilliant. We'll get to that in a second. Lamar's been brilliant. Saquon's been brilliant. I think Baker Mayfield's been brilliant. And none of it is sort of too bad. You know what I mean? He's just been that good.
Yeah. Lamar is the guy who's getting overlooked. Lamar's having the best season of his career.
I know.
And everyone's just decided with the narrative. I think on merit it should be fairly close between Josh Allen and Lamar, but Lamar's won twice already. He's never made the Super Bowl, so people are already ready to anoint Josh Allen. I don't think anyone can have an issue with Josh winning MVP.
Back-to-back games with over 400 yards of offense and 4 or more touchdowns in 2 games for Josh Allen, proud fantasy life investor. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.